this is Krem. Now Krem, that whole thing, bald aliens, gotta love them. Especially if you've ever haired a mask, you'll understand why mask makers like bald monsters. What was unique about Krem was these glass eyes. And so, I'm gonna pop one of these out. So in order for you to be able to put in a glass eye, I had to make a perfect socket. And the way I did that, hopefully you find this interesting, but I had to sculpt in Chavant clay at the time, or no, actually it was Roma clay. And so it didn't dry out. So then I sculpted the eye in place, and then I cut right across the center, cut down and cut out a block. And I pulled that block out. That allowed me to smooth it, test it, make sure it was fitting, take the block, smooth it, fit it, and then I put it all back together, and then I could pop these eyes in production. And so that was an oddity for masks in the world, was glass eyes, and people really liked them. Now, this one to me works just as well, a lot simpler, but it's just a heavy gloss, and the eye is rubber, and so we use 5-minute epoxy to accomplish that. So
I've done probably 15 to 20 of these remakes now. It's a very exciting thing for me because I grew up loving these masks, and the opportunity to redo them is something that I find really challenging, and it sort of takes me back to being a kid again, which of course is what we're all after, isn't it? For instance, these lines here were very, very stylized in the original, very bold structure. So I wanted to keep that same structure while at the same time kind of softening them a bit to make it look a little more organic. There are fine wrinkles and details that aren't to be found in the original, but generally speaking, the whole idea behind all the ones that I've done is to give kind of a double take impression, like, oh, oh wait, the original of Krem was a teeny, actually really small little mask, which fit me very, very snugly as a 14-year-old. And we have an original Krem right here to show you some of the differences and how I went about designing this. So as you can see, there are a lot of very stylized aspects to this, the bone structure, the angles that Ed likes. And it was my task to then take this and kind of soften it into a somewhat more realistic version. I've always felt that the ears were maybe just a little too far forward, so I put them back considerably. But even the back of the mask, let me take this off of here. Even the back, sorry there, Nightmare. Even the back reflects some of the same kind of design elements. You can see that it's, hugely bigger, Like I said, the original is a teeny weeny little thing, which could barely fit on my head as a kid, and now it's very, very, very small to me. So, but you can see how you can see the stylistic sameness and yet the differences in the two.